back to the project.
Time now to welcome our next guest.
Christopher Reeve, the cape, red undies and that incredible theme. The 1978 film is rightly considered a classic.
I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way.
Yet after a few so-so sequels and a reboot 7 years ago, the success of other comic book-inspired films meant the time was right to revisit the greatest superhero of them all, Superman. Enter Man of Steel, an origin story with an all-star cast which has Superman, surprise, surprise, saving mankind. And who better to portray the embodiment of truth, justice and the American way than an Englishman, Henry Cavill to be exact. Having starred in the television series The Tudors and The Epic Immortals, he's no stranger to the physical demands the role required, i.e. Henry is buff.
What are you smiling about, Captain?
I just think he's kind of hot.
And he's putting his own stamp on the legend whilst looking so comfortingly familiar.
What's the S stand for?
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Well, here it's an S. How about super?
Excuse me.
Please welcome Henry Cavill. Hey guys, how you doing?
Great role, Henry. Big role to get. Where were you when you got the call up?
I was actually, I was playing an online computer game on my PC when I got the call, and I actually missed that first call that Zach gave me, unbelievably. Almost had a heart attack when it happened.
Because I understand you had auditioned for a Superman role before and didn't get it. Given the success of this, do you look back now and think, thank God I never got that one and got this one?
I don't know if it's about thank goodness I didn't get that one. I think it's just, yeah, for whatever reason that movie never happened, and then Bryan Singer's movie happened, and I didn't fit into his vision, and so I'm just thankful that I've got more experience now, and so I can actually tell the story that much better.
Oh, you're fantastic in this, Henry. Congratulations. And you must, you could be the greatest actor in the world, but you still got to look like Superman. Like, some people, like Danny DeVito, will never play Superman. Like, you must thank your parents every single day of your life now, yeah?
I do, very much so.
Henry, we have to ask, Man of Steel, Buns of Steel, how hard do you train and... how hard do you train?
I'll be interested to see what the next question was there. I trained very hard. It was 5 months of training previous to actual shooting, and then 6 months of training throughout shooting of an hour every morning, sometimes getting up at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, just to get it in there before work started.
Speaking of work, what was it like working with our Russell Crowe?
It was amazing. Russell, I met many years ago when I was about 16 years old in my school. He was shooting a movie, Proof of Life, and I walked up to him, said hello, asked him some advice about acting, and then everyone else ran up and started asking for autographs, and I thought, oh no, I've caused him a whole bunch of trouble now, and walked away from the whole thing. And sure enough, 2 days later, I received some Vegemite, a band CD of his, some Australian sweets, an Aussie rugby jersey, and a picture of him in Gladiator saying, "Dear Henry, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, Russell." Wow. And so to meet him again 12 years later, and he's playing my dad after that, at the end of that first 1,000 miles, was a big deal. And he's a wonderful person, very generous, and such a talented actor as well.
Now, Henry, there's a very big chance that you won't get to play another superhero. There's going to be more sequels than you can poke a stick at with the Superman series. But if there was one other superhero that you could play, who would it be?
That's a really tough one, because you're asking me to give up, like, the granddaddy of all superheroes to play something else. Yeah, it's a really tough one. Batman would be a great character to play, because he's so polar opposite in the sense of what he can do to Superman, that would be an interesting opportunity. I'm just going to monopolise DC superheroes from here on. I'm going to play every single one of them.
I just want to know if you got to keep the outfit, because you would rock a dress-up party now.
It would be a fairly expensive Halloween costume, I have to say. I don't know if I want to risk it. But I didn't get to keep one just yet. We're going to see how the box office goes.
Well, you are a wonderful Superman. Man of Steel, it's out in cinemas on Thursday. Please thank Henry Cavill.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, it's a cracker of a film. Get out there and see it. We're going to be back in just a moment.